Hey, welcome back to a nighttime video. It is 10 to 10 and I got 12 videos edited and ready to be uploaded. I'm way behind on these nighttime videos because I make more daytime videos. Why I start doing day and night, I don't know. So I release the daytime ones at 6 in the morning, makes sense because it's more daylight. And then I release the other ones at 4 in the afternoon because that way by the time people are getting home from work or whatever, or getting done eating dinner, it's getting darker and it's a nighttime video. And with it being darker screen a lot of times, maybe that's something I can listen to going to sleep. And sometimes I get some really good subjects going. And if it's too dark while I'm going on the road or something, well, you can't even see my face anyway, but you can hear what I'm talking about. So I was all paranoid, and I don't know, I'm praying to God about my camper staying running too, because earlier today, maybe it was because it was early morning and it had gotten a little cooler, but it almost sounded like I had a lifter going bad or something. So then when I opened the door and I could hear the little tit-tit-tit-tit or whatever, then it sounded like maybe it might be a donut gasket coming off of my manifold or something. So when it's firing, you can hear that extra little spit that sounds like a lifter knock or something. But it shouldn't be a lifter knock. I mean, this motor doesn't burn the oil. I take good care of it with the oil changes and stuff. Now, I haven't had one for a while, but I haven't driven that many miles either. So I've been staying so still. I used to do a lot of driving when I had income. But I kept up on all my oil changes too, so I don't know. But down here, no, that's a good thing. Thank you, Lord. Hopefully that's all it was just maybe from the cold contraction or something. Because it did rain and stuff too, so maybe the moisture, I don't know. But, oh, Lord. So, now I'm going to head over to Walmart and pick up some I don't know. I almost feel like I should skip bread for a while. Bread's something easy to make though, and it's all hot like this, to get something in my stomach. Rather than have to cook something. Oh, and my nerves were bad about that, what I thought was sounding like a lifter or something. I don't know, because any kind of automotive problem I have with this camper would be devastating to me. I can't afford that. I don't know. This one here. love to just turn that air conditioning back on and leave it run for a while, but it ain't that hot, so I got to keep control of myself, because if I turn that air on, I wouldn't have wanted to shut it off. Figure while I'm here, I'll get linked up to internet. That way, when I'm already linked to it, so when I come out, I can load a little bit of groceries I'll have, and then I can hop in here and pull to the next lot. Where are we at here? So, there we go. I'll let that boot it up. So, I don't know, my camera's been being weird. Thank the Lord, my camera was acting like I was going to be done making videos, because it was having the hardest time getting going. It drops down to like 24% on the battery. Every time I've seen it happen, it's like 24%. And the battery is 6-7 years old, so I know the battery's shot. My other camera that's like this, the battery's so shot it won't do nothing when you plug it in. The light will flash and stuff, but you can't get it turned on or nothing. So I definitely need to order probably 2 batteries, one for this one for the other one. And but I can't afford even 1 battery right now. So it'll be at like 24%. When it is, it won't let me record or nothing. If I try to shut it off, it keeps trying to turn back on, but it ain't enough to record until it gets to 100%. Then when it gets to 100%, sometimes it seems like it stays there a little longer. And other times it just dumps out quick. So I don't know, it's being weird. But I know I'm sure it's the battery. You know, just like when I was cutting out while I was recording before, I knew it was the SD card probably, because how old that was, you know, and them start to break down after 5 years or something like that. Oops, I've got to switch over here. See, when I'm closer, when I'm closer to Walmart here, I normally get a faster signal, which we'll check it right now. Now, if I could stay here for the night and they wouldn't frown upon it, I would stay here and maybe try to upload some. I got 12 videos edited, and I try to upload them through the night, and then try to, you know, if I fall asleep when I wake up, I'd upload the next one, you know, because right now I've got like almost 27 megabytes download and about 30 megabytes upload, which isn't too bad. You know, the library is like 250 download and 180 upload or something like that. You know, library's really fast. Now, when I had my M1 Nighthawk, when I still had income and had that running before that, in a bad rainstorm, with my friend Mandy coming back from her dad's down in Iowa, we were in a bad flash flood rainstorm, and what I didn't know is that my side of the fiberglass sheeting siding, where the seams meet and stuff, had started to come apart, and water was getting up under there, and it was dripping right down right on top of where my M1 Nighthawk was, which was like a $500-600 device. And now you can get them a little cheaper, I think, but it fried it out, you know. And it's kind of weird, because that night it was working while it was running, and it must not have fried till I moved it or something, or till we came to a stop at it or mounted it, because we were playing with it feeding internet. We were playing videos and stuff the whole run, you know, and music and stuff. That's what I meant by videos. We're playing music. If it was videos, she had control of it and was looking at it over there. Yeah, that got fried, and then I switched to this other deal from T-Mobile that was nowhere near as fast, but at least it kept me with internet, because I didn't want to be without internet. That was before I came up here, when I was still working down south. So, I better quit talking. I got some time yet. Because I don't want to miss the store. I get flapping my gums and the store will close. So, anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. One thing I do like about my channel, though, sometimes I'm pretty dang funny. I don't know if other people find me that funny, but I sure find me funny, and I like it. And if I find me funny, that's good for me. You know what I mean? Because if I can make myself laugh, well, heck, that makes my life better. And I do make other people laugh quite a bit around me, especially once they're around me enough and get to know my humor, which it can be dad humor, dry humor. Sometimes it can be pretty dang hilarious. It's not dad humor. I don't know. It depends. It takes me a little while to learn each person too, to understand their personalities and things that they find funny and stuff, to kind of roll with it. But one thing I do like about this channel, and I keep watching other channels that are semi-similar to what I'm doing here, kind of. I don't know, a little bit like it, but they got positive messaging, and I like that. I like listening to that, even if their positive message isn't for me and it's for somebody else that needs to hear it. It's still good to have positive messaging, because that's good going in your mind rather than negative messaging or sadness or whatever else, stress, whatever. So anything positive, that makes you feel good, uplifting, spiritual, comedy, any of that good stuff. So, I don't know. Oh, that's what I was saying, is that, but I noticed that, a lot of them, I used to see the cuts, since I've learned about editing and stuff. I'd see them talking like this, then their head would jerk a little bit, or whatever, and their sentence would have a stutter or step in it, like where it jump from one to the next sentence or whatever. That's where there's a cut, where they cut something out. So there could have been kind of like me when I daydream off in these videos, which I know is boring for viewers, I forget I'm recording or thinking about something else, then I come back, Well, they might cut all that dead time out, and I just ain't doing that. I'm keeping it as real as I can, and that just shows that the psychology of me more, I guess, for y'all to get to know me better, rather than cutting that stuff out. If I'm in the middle of telling a story or something, and all of a sudden you see me start thinking, and then I just go somewhere else, well, then you can see the human in me that's off thinking about something else, and because I'm talking to you through a camera, it's not like the same as if you're sitting here with me. Whereas if I start daydreaming about something, you could make a noise or a movement, and which would bring me right back, to finishing where I was at, but I haven't learned, I guess, enough for this camera to be like another human being in here, because that's a digital device, so it's easy for me to space out sometimes, And then what's funny, also, I better wind this up pretty quick, is when I shut the camera off, when I say, like, especially in these nighttime videos, well, I do it in the day too, but when I end a video and I head to the back, whether I got to the library or somewhere where I'm gonna go edit videos or go grocery shop, whatever, when I go into the back, or if it's at night and I'm going back there to lay down or wind down for the night, even though I shut out the camera, I get so used to talking like I'm talking now, I'm talking to you, that even though the camera's off, I'm back there doing the same stuff, even though there's no camera running, I don't do it all the time, but every now and then I'll find myself talking about what I'm doing, because I'm getting so used to being in front of the camera, which in a way it's a good thing, it doesn't hurt nothing. I mean, somebody going by my camper with my windows open, they might figure I got somebody else in here that I'm talking to or something. If it's anybody that knows me and thinks I'm by myself, well, then they just figure I'm talking to myself. Well, they figure I'm making a video, you know. So, but anyway, I just try to keep it all straight from the record button, which does make it easier for me for editing too, you know. It makes it more real because nothing's getting cut out. Even if I mispronounce a word or something, I laugh it off and re-say it right or something. Or if I start crying, getting teary-eyed, you know, I try to take a deep breath and compose myself and finish talking, you know. If it gets really emotional, well, then I reach over and grab one of my microfiber cloths and dab my eyes a little or something. But like I've said in my other videos, just because I cry doesn't make me a wimp or nothing. I'm a tough man, you know. Heck, I've done my own fair of scrapping. Not that I'm proud of that or nothing. Well, maybe a little. And, you know, I was in boxing for a while when I was younger. And I got into martial arts and did well in there because I got to meet a grandmaster and he became my best friend. That's how I got my master's degree. And, but I ain't afraid to cry. I'm a human being. You know, it doesn't make me any weaker or less of a man, I don't think. If somebody thinks that, well, I guess that's their prerogative. They can think that. You know, as long as they ain't poking me like a bear, trying to make fun of me or something. You know, in person. Online, the comments and stuff, they don't eat at me. Every now and then, you know, depending on, like, if I was in a sad mood or something or having a tough day, and then I read a crappy comment or something, then I might feel down a little bit. But I learned that from my first channel. It was in the beginning that kind of stuff was tough for me, you know, when the trolls would trash talk on you or something, you know. But you know what I found out, and I didn't know that then, but I'm pretty sure a lot of those trolls that were trash talking on me and stuff, unfortunately, were people I thought were my friends or my family that I thought cared about me. Sometimes people don't want to see you succeed, and they want to tear you down, maybe because they're so afraid that you'll succeed. And misery loves company, and they want to keep an upper edge so they can look better or something, you know. I don't understand it, why people are like that. I like seeing people win. I don't care who it is, I like seeing people win because I want to see people happy and doing well. You know, it's a better world then. You know, just saying, more people winning around you, the more happier people around you instead of miserable people. I don't like that misery and negativity and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that with my first channel, I had a lot of that going on. I didn't recognize it then. I just thought it was, you know, internet troll kind of people and stuff. But, you know, ever since I started this channel, I don't let none of those people that God showed me these people and what they're doing behind my back. For the family member ones, the people that were, whether it was family members or whether it was people that I thought were supposed to be my friends after all these years, you know. It's funny how that stuff happens. God showed me, though. Sometimes he'll show me so many different things to put it all together, and other times he'll show me just like it's a videotape, like I'm watching it. He'll show me what exactly happened. And when I've confronted in the past, when I confronted people from what God showed me, like a videotape that I seen in my mind, like it's almost like God took me to the place as an invisible spirit or ghost or something, and let me watch it as it happened. So it was like a videotape in my mind, like that, you know. So then when I've brought up to people in situations like that what I've seen and stuff, I've been barked at like I was spying on them, or what were you looking through our windows, or, you know, or I said, no, God showed me, you know. That's the way it is. God's given me lots of gifts. You know, I mean, that don't happen to me all the time, you know, but then there's been times that I could swear that, just like I've seen in some of the I don't know if you'd call them clairvoyant shows or whatever you call them or whatever. But I could swear there's been times I've touched people or, held their hand or laid my hand on them or they sat on my lap or, hey, how you doing and stuff. And just in that contact, I've had times where just visions have just whipped through my mind about with them, their life, and stuff. It's really weird. That don't happen a lot either, It's only happened to me a little bit a few times. But it was kind of weird. First time it ever happened to me. I almost didn't know what to think. And I'm sure my friend was probably looking at me like, wondering if I was okay or something, because I was probably looking all dreamy, like, because I couldn't believe what all I just seen in my mind, It was really weird. But it all came to fruition. It was all true, everything. But when I see something like that, I don't just blab it out to somebody, unless God tells me to bring it up or something. Otherwise, I figure if I'm close to people and they want to talk about it, they'll talk to me about it, Unless there's a reason to bring it up. So, well, I better get in and get some bread and tuna or something. I gotta get some stuff I can whip up. Stuff I don't have to refrigerate really. I can get a little bit because I got this cooler thing, but I shut it off to save battery juice because I parked under the gas station awning at one time and lost all kinds of sunlight because I didn't think about it. And then after that we had some rainy, cloudy stuff, and so I was losing some voltage. I'm still doing fine. I didn't run out, but I shut it off because I didn't want to lose voltage for my internet and tablet and stuff, But I'm back up to. If I'm not at 100% right now, I'm real close. So I'm doing good. I'll fire it back up and stuff, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll just watch the voltage. I got a thing to install too that'll show me percentages and everything, but I never got it installed yet. Bluetooth thing, so then I can even monitor it from my phone. But life gets so crazy, and even though you got the stuff, it's hard to find the time to get it all wired in and do all that stuff when you're trying to survive. And it's hard to think about it when you're trying to survive. But I'm gonna go in and get some stuff, sandwich kind of stuff, or stuff that I can snack on, eat that I don't like cooking when it's hot. But anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. God bless you, and we will see you on the next one.